Rust and corrosion, mildew, and soggy wasted feed. Is your current deer feeder more trouble than it's worth? Boss Buck's gravity feed system is the standard by which all others are judged. Our patented gravity head system makes the Boss Buck feeder the most moisture-resistant non-clogging system on the market. Traditional gravity feeders get clogged at the first sign of moisture, spoiling the feed, turning pellets to mush, and creating a mess that's a hassle to clean up. But the Boss Buck gravity feeder virtually eliminates waste and mess, thanks to our patented water-resistant design. The hopper features an internal adjustable sleeve that dispenses feed evenly to each feed port and a dam to prevent overflow. 2-bolt quick tuning makes it easy to adjust for different sized feed, like corn, protein pellets, or granular feed products. Each feed port is positioned at a 10-degree angle for optimal feed flow. And with a 1-inch overhang and drain holes in each feed port, your feed stays fresh, dry, and protected from rain and condensation. With a complete line of deer feeders, stands, blinds, feeder parts, and accessories, Boss Buck is the manufacturer of cutting-edge hunting feeders and blinds. Boss Buck. Now you're getting serious. Visit bossbuck.com today to find a dealer near you.
Hey, I'm Melissa Bachman, host of Winchester Deadly Passion. Today I'm going to walk you through the basic setup of a Boss Buck combo feeder, which provides both protein and automatic feeding options. In fact, Boss Buck is the only combo feeder on the market, and it's all manufactured right here in the United States. Now when it comes to Boss Buck, they have 4 different sizes to choose from, but today I'm going to set up the 350 combo feeder. Now the one thing I really like is all these feeders, they're extremely user-friendly and they're easy to put together. The only thing you're going to need is a 7/16 inch socket wrench to assemble the feeder. Now as I unbox this feeder, you're going to see there's a 350-pound hopper, 1 set of all-in sectional legs, 1 3-way protein head, and a 12-volt conversion kit. Now first I'm going to set it up as a protein feeder. For this we'll need the 350-pound hopper, a set of sectional legs, which there's 3 pieces per leg, and the 3-way gravity head. Now one thing to note is for the protein feeder, you should use 3 sections per leg. Make sure you're not putting all the sections in or it's going to be too high. Now you also want to ensure that the seams of the sectional legs are facing downward. That way it keeps water from entering inside the legs. Next you want to insert the legs into the leg channels, then snug those bolts down. Be sure that you're not over tightening this. Next you want to put the 3-way gravity head inside the neck of the feeder hopper, and the Boss Buck logo on the gravity head should be lined up with the Boss Buck logo on the feeder hopper. This way you know that you've assembled it correctly and the feed ports are between each of the feeder legs. Now you want to place the leg extensions that were left over, there should be 3 pieces, put them inside the feeder hopper along with the auto kit. That way you won't run into any issues with these other items getting lost within the store. Now you can stand the feeder upright in the display area, and if you're planning on using the display boxes, well, these extra parts can also be placed and stored in the boxes right next to the feeders. So this is basically what the final setup looks like as a protein free choice feed system. Now one of the features that make it the most versatile wildlife feeder on the market, it's the fact that it can convert from a gravity feeder to an auto feeder. You simply add 1 section per leg, remove the 3-way gravity head, and add the 12-volt auto kit. And you've made the conversion from gravity to auto within just a couple of minutes. So overall, they've used really high quality material, the patented design, and the incredible customer service at Boss Buck. Well, this makes it a great option, and it ultimately provides the most versatile and user-friendly feeder on the market. Parts inside the box will vary based on units used for a display model. All feeders are offered as automatic feeder, protein feeder, or combo feeder.
You know, between the two of us, Jake and I hunt no fewer than 10 states each and every year. We wanted to have a way to keep track of the quantity of deer in those hunting areas and also the quality. And the great thing about using the boss buck feeders from out of the box to complete assembly took no more than 5 minutes. So over the past 3 years, what we've learned from using the boss buck feeders is we can control the amount of feed we're giving them. We can use the exact type of feed we want to use, and we can keep deer in our hunting areas pretty much year-round by using the feeders.
Hi, I'm Melissa Bachman, host of Winchester Deadly Passion. Today I'm going to walk you through the basic setup of a Boss Buck combo feeder, which provides both protein and automatic feeding options. In fact, Boss Buck is the only combo feeder on the market. Now when it comes to Boss Buck, they have 4 different sizes to choose from, but today I'm going to set up the 200-pound combo feeder. Now the one thing I really like is all these feeders are extremely user-friendly and they're easy to put together. The only thing that you're going to need is a 7/16" socket wrench to assemble the feeder. Now as I unbox this feeder, you're going to see that there's a 200-pound hopper. Inside the hopper is a feeder neck. Now it also comes with 1 set of all-in sectional legs, 1 3-way protein head, and a 12-volt conversion kit. Now first I'm going to set it up as a protein feeder. For this we're going to need a 200-pound hopper, the feeder neck, a set of sectional legs, which there are 3 pieces per leg, and the 3-way gravity head. First we need to attach the 200-pound feeder neck. To do this you just want to lay the hopper on its side. From the inside of the feeder, drop the neck through the open hole on the bottom head of the feeder hopper. Align the triangular slot on the feeder neck with the triangular slot on the bottom end of the feeder hopper and secure it. The threaded inserts in the neck will line up to corresponding holes in the feeder hopper. Insert the bolts with the washer attached into the matching threaded inserts on the neck and tighten. Make sure that you're not over tightening this part. Now for the legs. One thing to note is for the protein feeder, you should only use 3 sections per leg. Make sure you're not putting all the sections in or it's going to be too high. Now you also want to ensure that the seams of the sectional legs are facing downward. That way it keeps water from getting inside the legs. Next you want to insert the legs into the leg channels, then snug those bolts down. Be sure that you're not over tightening this section either. Next you want to put the 3-way gravity head inside the neck of the feeder hopper. The Boss Buck logo on the gravity head should be lined up with the Boss Buck logo on the feeder hopper. This way you know that you've assembled it correctly and the feed ports are between each of the feeder legs. Now you want to place the leg extensions that were left over. There should be 3 pieces. Take those and put them inside the feeder hopper along with the auto kit. That way you won't have any issues with these or any other items getting lost or misplaced within the store. Now you can stand the feeder in the upright position in the display area, and if you plan on using display boxes, well, the extra parts could also be placed and put in those boxes near the feeder. So this is basically what the final setup looks like as a protein-free choice feed system. Now, one of the features that makes it the most versatile wildlife feeder on the market is the fact that it can convert from a gravity feeder to an automatic feeder. You simply add 1 section per leg, remove the 3-way gravity head, and add the 12-volt auto kit, and you've made the conversion in just minutes. So overall, Boss Buck uses really high quality material, the patented design, and the incredible customer service at Boss Buck. Well, it really does make this a great option and ultimately provides the most versatile and user-friendly feeder on the market. This training video features a boxed combo unit that includes both the 12-volt auto kit and gravity feed heads. If you are using a gravity only or automatic only boxed unit for your store display, the box unit will not contain both feeder heads. Each box is clearly marked for its contents. Please use these markings to verify which unit you're using for your store display. Parts inside the box will vary based on units used for a display model. All feeders are offered as automatic feeder, protein feeder, or combo feeder.
Hi, I'm Brad Miller, Country Boys Outdoors. Just want to talk about this Boss Buck feeder here. I use them on all my farms. I'm a big fan. This one in particular is awesome because certain states only allow X amount of supplemental feeding per day. So with the spinning option here, I'm able to stay within my guidelines, and I'm a big fan of them. I use the gravity feeders on other properties where it's allowed. Good product. I love mine. Go get yours today.
Closed captioning for the hunt is provided by
Boss Buck feeders, the most versatile and affordable feeders on the market. Very little assembly required. Boss Buck feeders are lightweight and maneuverable. The large bin will hold 300 pounds of high-protein pellets, or 350 pounds of corn. The oversized hatch lid allows the hopper system to breathe, thus eliminating condensation. And the absolute best way to keep highly nutritious supplemental food in front of your deer herd year-round.
Boss Buck Feeders. Now you're getting serious.
Hi, I'm Dr. James Kroll, and I want to tell you about something really exciting. Dr. Deere and Boss Buck Feeders have teamed up to put our 4 decades of experience with whitetail deer to work to design what I guarantee you is the perfect deer feeder. First of all, it's made of high-density polyethylene, UV resistant. This feeder will be here long after we're gone. The feed hatch, is designed so you can easily put feed into the feeder, but it also allows air to move to and fro in the feeder without getting your feed wet. The delivery system allows the very last pellet to make it to the feeder tubes. And speaking of feeder tubes, the feeder tubes are the perfect diameter and the perfect angle for whitetail deer feeding. It's a 4-way system. The deer can come up from 4 ways and feed from the tubes without any problems with social interaction. The feed delivery system, the tubes are 42 inches off the ground, the perfect distance. 40 inches between the legs. We have never seen a raccoon make it over to the feeder from these legs. The legs are made of 12-gauge steel. We've got anchor feet. You can anchor them to the ground. Cattle, hogs will not knock these feeders over. In less than a minute, you can convert this free choice system to the Boss Buck spin cast system, one of the best I've ever seen. So I'm convinced now that we've come up with the perfect deer feeder.
Hey, I'm Melissa Bachman, host of Winchester Deadly Passion. If you're anything like me, well, you might be running a little short on wall space for some of your mounts. It happens to all of us. So one of the things that I found and started using are the full range hanging systems. Now what this does is actually take your mount and get it off the wall. Now this gives you a lot of different things. First off, it makes more space for more mounts. But the other thing it does is it'll turn 180 degrees, so you're okay to position the mount however it looks best. Sometimes the taxidermist will call and say, how do you want it positioned? Well, you don't know what looks best. So now you can take any mount that's already done, put it on here, and turn it and see what looks best in your home. I absolutely love it. All you have to do is simply mount it into a stud. You can use it on mounts that are already done. Set up your wall and you're going to have an awesome three-dimensional look that allows you to position every trophy exactly how you want it and change them up with no issues. So go to fullrangeHangingSystems.com to find a local dealer near you.
I guess the first thing that I noticed about the Boss Buck feeder, we had the 350-pound gravity protein feeder, is the ease of setup. The 3 legs went on. There was a snap putting them on. And the bottom tube, feeding tube, you know, tighten a couple of bolts and you're good to go. You know, the 350 is off the ground just enough that it keeps the raccoons and other, you know, pests like that away from it. They aren't able to get in there and get at the food, and but yet they're low enough to the ground that you're able to stand and lift the bags of big tine and dump them into the top of the feeder with relatively little effort. You know, one of the things we noticed when we went back in September, we had filled all these things. They had approximately 340 to 350 pounds of big tine deer supplementum a piece. We popped the lids on these things and there was no issue with moisture at all. What was left of the supplement that we had put in these feeders was in there and still high and dry. We simply can't say enough good things about the Boss Buck feeder. This was our first experience with using feeders, and our experiences to this point have been nothing but fantastic.
Today I'm out doing a little preseason scouting now. I've been out putting cameras up, hanging stands, and I'm also checking my feeders. Now one thing, if you live in a state or have property where you can use feeders, the type of feeder you use is huge. Now I love these Boss Buck feeders for several different reasons. First of all, well, they're extremely durable, but when they're not full, they're light enough that you can move them around and they're extremely portable. The other thing, if you can't really decide if you want a free choice feeder or an automatic, they can do both. It's a simple conversion. You just add an extra set of legs and you pull this out and you can add in an automatic head. It really works amazing. Now when people see these free choice heads, their first thoughts are, do deer really eat out of those? And the answer is yes, of course. It may take them a week or so to get used to it if they haven't had a free choice feeder on the property before, but if you can get it in there, it makes a huge difference because it won't take them long to get used to it at all. Another thing that you can do to kind of speed up that time for them to use it, use something with an attractant in it. I like to use Analogix 365 and put in my feeders. Now not only does it have a really good smell, but it's really healthy for the deer, giving them all the nutrition and minerals they need, plus it makes them come back and want more. That is huge. Now little tips that you can use to make your feeders even better is put them close to water. Now deer need twice as much water as food, so by putting them close, well, you give them everything they need right in one spot. The other thing I like to do, make sure to set your feeder up close to a lot of brush and thick areas. A big buck does not necessarily want to walk out to a completely open field. They like to have cover, so let them stay in cover for as long as possible. That will help you get the big bucks into your feeder. Obviously, I put a cutty back on this. That way you can see what's coming through at what times, and it can be an absolutely amazing scouting tool. Another nice part is they're made all in the USA, so you're supporting everything here, and it really is a great setup. So today I'm just gonna wrap things up by putting the rest of this feed out, getting some cameras out, and hopefully it'll make all the difference in the world when season comes.
Where we do certain things is going to be important.
Discussing the role of supplemental feed and minerals in our nutritional strategy. Supplemental feed stations and our mineral stations here on this farm in western Kentucky.
My buddy Tom Boyer, who has Boss Buck feeders, I've been working with him a long time. He's a great friend.
After the break, Jeremy Moore's got a great Developing Your Gear Dog segment.
Unfortunately, we got equipment that's really fine to do that.
Well, you didn't settle for just an average buck. Why in the world would you settle for hanging him flat on the wall? The traditional way of hanging a shoulder-mounted trophy leaves you with no options. Full-range hanging systems give you the options you never thought you could have. Rotate your trophy to the position you want. Interchange different mounts. Use with existing mounts. Reposition anytime. Save space. Gives a 3D look. Plus rotates 180 degrees. Simply install the oval-shaped mounting plate to the wall, making sure it's on a wall stud. Slide swing arm into place. Attach the smaller plate to the back of your trophy and place on the swing arm. Rotate to your desired position and lock down set screw on each plate. Simply loosen set screw and reposition anytime. Each system includes hardware needed for installation. Choose from our single system, double system, or HD system. Don't settle for flat on the wall anymore. Full range hanging systems truly are the best way to display your shoulder mounted trophy.